Hello and welcome to Evening Morning Guitars. Today we're going to be doing a quick video on a cool alternate tuning which you can do on a 6-string guitar. And because we've been recently talking about the 7-string ESP copy, I thought it'd be fun to do a video on how you can get roughly the same drop A tuning that I'm using on that one, but on a 6-string guitar. As you may have spotted, you can actually just tune the bottom string down to an A, giving you a unison tuning on these bottom two here. It's a tuning that I know is used in some Foo Fighters songs, and a number of other different bands have used it over the years. I'm aware of it due to a band called The Safety Fire. I wanted to learn a couple of their songs and got their tab book, and then realised that it was in this crazy tuning. So it actually required quite a bit of modification to this guitar to get it down to that tuning. This string is a 70, I believe. I had to get the baritone set in order to get it on there and get it down to the right tuning with the right tension, and file the nut down a little bit too. But once you've got it on there, it's quite an interesting sound. I mean, it maybe is a little bit honky, if you will, because of the size of the string. It's almost a bass string. But it does allow you to do some pretty cool stuff, and I haven't really explored the possibilities of the tuning fully, I suppose. But I'll show you just a few riffs that you can do with it, and then maybe it's something you want to try yourself. I think the main thing really is that when you are tuning down to this, you're going to have to put on a much heavier gauge string. This guitar, I think, is actually even a Gibson scale length, so like a 23 and 3/4 or whatever. So it's even more difficult. If you've got a Fender length or a baritone, you'll find it a lot easier to tune down. So if you're going to explore this tuning, then I would probably do it on something that's got a 25.5 at a minimum, were I to do it again. So anyway, I'll just play some riffs, and then you can see what it sounds like. So anyway, you can hear with that last riff that it really does kind of suit when you're moving across the upper strings and you're using the bottom string for effect. The first riff I played was, I think the first riff I came up with in this tuning. You can tell I'm still kind of getting used to it because I'm playing chords and they sound quite weird. The second one obviously is the slight fluffed version of the main riff from Alpha by Periphery, which is one of the only drop A riffs that I know by another band. And I actually met Des from The Safety Fire a little while ago, and he sort of said about a lot of the drop A riffs that Safety Fire did was that effectively you're thinking of the guitar differently as like a 5-string instrument, and then you're using these only for single notes. In fact, the way they tuned their guitars was to have a much lighter gauge of string on here, which means that it goes very sharp when you hit it. And they were consciously not playing chords that included this note as much as possible, because it would be out of tune with the string above here. Whereas I've used a much heavier string, so these two are actually in tune, and you can go all the way up to kind of. They still pretty much work, but it's at the expense of a very, very heavy string, so that's kind of up to you whether you want to do that. But either way, it's a neat textural effect. Once you get used to playing with mainly just the 5 strings that are left to you. It's definitely cool for sparking some creativity, but obviously really difficult from the point of view of if you write a song in this tuning, you've got to tune a guitar to it for good, and then you've got to take it to practice with you all the time. So that's a bit of a pain. But anyway, I hope you liked the short video on the AADGBE tuning. Let me know if you actually use it, or you found it useful in the songs, or you're already using it. I'm just always really curious because it's such an unusual one that when you talk to people, it turns out that a lot more people than you expect are actually using it to do some really interesting stuff. So yeah, this has been Evening Morning Guitars, and if you like this, subscribe for more. If you've got any suggestions, give us a shout. Thanks for watching.